right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Bad medicine? Tonight, navigating cold and flu season, now that health officials say some popular over-the-counter drugs don't work.
Enjoy the cool conditions while they last. I'm tracking a change in our trend.
First tonight, just hours ago, a baby rushed to the hospital after fire destroys a family home.
Very grateful that everybody's okay. Man, that's a scary situation to be faced with.
Good evening, I'm Mark Maxwell. Mike Bush and Ann Allred have the night off. That fire broke out 3 hours ago, roughly, on Etzel Avenue in University City. It quickly spread to 2 vacant homes. Our Robert Townsend is there with the latest.
As you can see, lots of firefighters rushed to this University City neighborhood after hearing flames broke out at 3 houses.
There was a lot of people, running up and down the street, the neighbors coming out the house. It was a lot going on.
Keonda Walker quickly called 911 after she saw the fire at her next door neighbor's home in the 5600 block of Etzel Avenue. Firefighters say a mom and several of her children were inside the gray house when flames kept spreading from the rear and jumped to 2 vacant houses on both sides. Witnesses say a passerby raced to the scene and saw a frantic teen holding his baby sibling and trying to comfort his younger sisters and brothers on their porch. The passerby tells 5 on your side when the infant apparently started choking from the thick smoke, she ran the baby to paramedics who rushed the child to a hospital. Firefighters say they also checked out several children at the scene. As the clock ticked, firefighters finally put out the flames, and good news finally spread around this neighborhood. No one suffered serious injuries, and the little ones will be okay.
Scary situation to be faced with, you know what I'm saying? And then school year just starting and everything, it's a lot.
My heart goes out to them because I couldn't imagine what they went through.
Firefighters believe the fire started in the kitchen area of this house here in the middle. At this point, they're still looking for the exact cause. In U City, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
A spokesperson for the American Red Cross says a couple and their 10 children lived at that home where the fire started. The Red Cross is now helping the family. Developing tonight, Riverview Gardens High School is switching to remote learning tomorrow and is canceling this weekend's homecoming festivities. School officials say that's because of numerous fights breaking out at school today. Tomorrow's virtual learning day is for high school students only. Also developing tonight, a security breach is hampering local police, courts, and jails. Officials from the Regional Justice Information Service, or REGIS, say the program has been offline for more than 24 hours after what they're calling a security incident. The database serves St. Louis City, County, and other surrounding communities. St. Louis County Executive Sam Page addressed the issue at tonight's County Council meeting.
REGIS is working with Super Spear, a cybersecurity firm, to address the issue. And I want to stress that this does not affect our 911 system.
Officials from REGIS says it hopes to have all systems back up soon. Tonight, more systems are coming back online at several Illinois health facilities. A cybersecurity incident on August 27 caused a widespread outage for hospital sisters' health systems. Today, the online patient portals were restored. HSHS is still working to restore other systems. A live look at Enterprise Center, where the weather is wonderful tonight for Eric Clapton fans. A fall-like feel has taken over St. Louis. Weather First meteorologist Tracy Hinson's in for Scott tonight. She's here to tell us just how crisp and cool it will be come morning.
Now, did you write that or did producer Andrew write that?
I think he had the love light in his eyes as he wrote that.
Okay, I don't follow any of that, but I'm sure they're Clapton references. All right, well, it has been really nice outside. It is currently 68 degrees. Our humidity, that always rises overnight, so don't be alarmed. It will drop again tomorrow and will be nice and comfortable. Winds are out of the north-northeast at just under 5 miles per hour. Okay, over the next 12 hours here, we're going to dip down into those very comfortable, crisp mid-50s. Now, I like to see those mid-50s for one main reason. It really puts a cool down on those bugs out there. It really limits those. So that's really nice for us the past couple days. Now tomorrow we are going to rise up into those upper 70s, very comfortable for us. We're going to have a good mix of sun and clouds. Tomorrow's high temperature will be that 78 degrees. We can look forward to our sunrise here at just about 6:41. Coming up, we do have a change in our forecast, and if you like those tastes of summer, I have more of that for you in the 7-day forecast.
Tracy, thanks. Tonight, Chesterfield police are looking for 2 men who stole a woman's Porsche SUV while she was standing right next to it pumping gas. It happened Sunday night around 7:30 at a gas station on Olive near Hog Hollow Road. The victim tells 5 on Your Side her vehicle was not running at the time. Her purse, keys, and garage door opener were inside. New tonight, a push to give seniors in St. Louis County a break on their property tax bills is on hold. Just a few hours ago, Councilman Dennis Hancock asked to hold that bill for now. No word yet on when it might be taken up again. Last night, St. Charles County Council became the first county in the St. Louis area to freeze property taxes for homeowners 62 and older. That goes into effect next year. The tax break is made possible by a new state law giving counties that option. A live look tonight at the U.S. Capitol, where just hours ago, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy announced a formal impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
These are allegations of abuse of power, obstruction, and corruption, and they warrant further investigation by the House of Representatives. We are committed to getting the answers for the American public.
The Republican-led investigation is centered on allegations the president helped his son Hunter Biden make money off his name while serving as vice president. Some Republicans oppose an impeachment track, citing a lack of evidence. Democrats are calling the move a distraction.
This is just a diversion on the part of McCarthy. He cannot govern. He cannot get his majority in the House of Representatives to do the basics to keep the government's lights on, and so he's decided for a diversion.
The investigation coming as Congress has just 11 working days left to reach a deadline to avert a government shutdown. Members of the GOP Freedom Caucus are demanding deep spending cuts. An Illinois man has been sentenced to 2 years probation for pushing his wife of 2 weeks to her death from a downtown parking garage. Bradley Jenkins pleaded guilty to misdemeanor domestic assault. The body of Alyssa Martin was found outside the Stadium East garage near Busch Stadium back in June 2019. Prosecutors say the day prior, Jenkins and Martin got into a fight on the 7th floor while leaving a Cardinals game. Prosecutors have filed DWI charges in connection to a deadly crash that killed an off-duty Lincoln County Sheriff's deputy. According to court documents, David Case had a blood alcohol level more than twice the legal limit. The crash happened in July south of Troy. Investigators say Stephen Tucker was riding his motorcycle on Highway J when Case crossed the center line and hit him head-on. Public defenders in St. Clair County are notifying hundreds of clients they could get out of jail as early as Monday. That's if a judge signs off on their release. Changes in Illinois law will abolish cash bail and will no longer allow courts to detain a suspect accused of a non-violent offense. The initial wave of releases could preliminarily relieve overcrowding, but public defender Kathy McElroy told us the number of people who can no longer post bond could ultimately drive that jail population back up.
What you're actually going to see is that rich people who could maybe buy their way out of the system won't be able to do that anymore. They're going to be treated just like the poor people. That doesn't mean that they're going to open the jails and release people that don't have money from jail. What it does mean, though, is that people that could previously bond out will also be sitting with them.
The jail was built to house up to 418 detainees. The sheriff's office telling us today they currently have 474 defendants locked up there who could not afford to post bond. 398 of them face felony charges. Many of those are nonviolent. The St. Louis Cardinals are going to bat to bring sports betting to the Show Me State. The team is spearheading a push from other major sports teams in Missouri to let voters decide on the 2024 ballot whether or not to legalize sports wagering. The move comes after several attempts in the Missouri State Legislature have failed. Some food for thought tonight from the FDA as we head into cold and flu season. The agency says a common ingredient found in many popular over-the-counter cold and allergy drugs is not effective. Our Laura Barcheski is here with advice from local health experts on whether you should stop coughing up money for these products. Laura?
Well, Mark, the good news is this ingredient is not harmful. It's just not effective. So if you have these cold meds in your cabinet with phenylephrine in them, you don't have to throw them away just yet. Just know that you'll need something else for the congestion.
For more than 15 years, the drug phenylephrine has been in allergy and cold medicines like Claritin D and NyQuil to help with congestion.
All 5 studies that were presented failed to show any benefit with nasal congestion.
SLU professor Dr. Mark Dykewitz says the medical community has questioned the drug for years.
When you take a dose orally of the medication, only about 1% of it is actually reaching the general circulation. So it was thought that that was probably too low of a concentration to expect that it was going to be of any value.
However, studies show there are benefits when phenylephrine is used in a nose spray. Natural remedies can also help.
Non-medicine alternatives like the neti pot, which is a sinus rinse. There's a couple products that have a sodium or a salt solution that you could rinse your nose out with.
Pharmacist Jerry Kemp says the only drug left standing to help with congestion is pseudoephedrine, but there are some barriers to that.
In a lot of communities, it's a prescription item. So it's not as readily available. So in that case, I could just recommend if you have a physician that you see on a regular basis, perhaps get a prescription for something if you know you're going to need it.
But don't expect these over-the-counter medications to disappear from the shelves. When it comes to combination medications like Dayquil, the other ingredients are still helpful.
They might have to reformulate those products, and there might be a period of time where they're not available. It's going to affect a lot of products, and it's going to affect a lot of people.
Our local experts tell me this isn't going to happen very quickly, and when it comes to FDA regulations, things can move rather slowly. But it's something to keep in mind as we really head into cold and flu season.
Tonight, another boost for the updated COVID vaccine. But will you have to pay up if you choose to roll up your sleeve? We verify. Expiration date. Tonight, the 5 important items in your home and car you may not realize need to be replaced.
It's never too early to start thinking about the weekend. I'll tell you why I don't think you should change your plans just yet.
Tonight, a St. Louis judge is set to become the newest member of the Missouri State Supreme Court.
She worked hard, worked her way up, and now I know she'll work even harder for the people of the state of Missouri in our state's highest court.
That's Governor Mike Parson appointing Kelly Broniak to the bench. She's currently serving on the Eastern District Court of Appeals. The appointment means for now the majority of judges on the state's highest court will be women.
I will do my best to bring common sense, practicality, and respect for the rule of law to my work at the court, along with the important values of humility, kindness, and hard work.
Broniak replaces retiring Judge George W. Draper III. She'll take the oath of office within the next 30 days. Tonight, a CDC panel recommends updated COVID vaccines for all Americans 6 months and older. The guidance coming just one day after the FDA gave the green light to Pfizer and Moderna's updated booster shots. The dosage should be made available by the end of the week. It's unclear whether most people will get them. Just 17% of those eligible for the last booster shot in 2022 got one. For the first time since COVID vaccines have been available, the cost will not be covered by the federal government. Tonight, our Verify team looks into whether you'll have to pay for the jab. Here's Ariane Till.
On Monday, the Food and Drug Administration approved and authorized the updated mRNA COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. As people prepare for the new vaccine, many are asking if they're going to have to pay for protection against COVID this time around. So let's verify. Can you get the new COVID-19 vaccine for free? Our sources are the Food and Drug Administration, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and Pfizer. The CDC and Pfizer say COVID-19 vaccines will remain free for most Americans through their health insurance plans. Now, if you don't have insurance, there are also free options. In July, the CDC announced the Bridge Access Program for COVID-19 vaccines, a program that will ensure millions of uninsured and underinsured American adults can get the vaccine for free through the end of 2024. Another option is the Vaccines for Children program, a federally funded program that provides vaccines at no cost to children who might not otherwise be vaccinated because of an inability to pay. So we can verify, yes, you can get the updated COVID-19 vaccine for free. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
If you have a claim you'd like us to verify, send us an email at verify@ksdk.com. Poverty is rising in the U.S., especially among children. A census report coming out today shows about 12% of kids were in poverty just last year. It was 5% the year prior. That also corresponds with the end of the pandemic child tax credit. And more bad economic news tonight for Americans. The same report shows family incomes have fallen for the third straight year. The Census Bureau found the average family income in 2022 was $74,587. That's a more than 2% drop from the previous year. Food, medicine, your car registration, we all know those things expire, but there are more potentially life-saving items lying around your house and car that also have expiration dates. Tonight, Consumer Reports explains you might not even know what they are. Here's Mike Bush.
Some expiration dates are easy to spot, in the refrigerator, for example, and the medicine cabinet. But others are not, like smoke alarms. They help protect you and your family, but only for 10 years.
Sensors can degrade over time, so look at the manufacture date or the expiration date so you know when to replace it.
The same goes for your fire extinguisher, which lasts about 12 years.
That's because over the years they can lose pressure. They can also have broken or missing parts, and they can also have corrosion.
After it expires, you can't just throw the extinguisher in the trash. Check your local fire department, recycling center, or hazardous waste disposal facility for disposal information. And you may be tempted to reuse a car seat or buy one used, but keep in mind they're only good for 6 to 10 years. To ensure the seats are current with the latest safety features and standards, and because the materials they're made of degrade over time, which could make them less safe. If yours is expired, check online for trade-in programs and to see if your local recycling center accepts them. Just like car seats, the components that make up bike helmets can degrade over time. CR's experts recommend you replace your bike helmet every 5 years. And finally, if you like to stock up on sunscreen when it's on sale, you've got about 3 years to use it.
After 3 years, sunscreen starts to lose its sun protection powers.
The good news, an open sunscreen doesn't expire any faster than an unopened one. For Consumer Reports, Mike Bush, 5 on your side.
And a reminder from Consumer Reports, if you get in a crash with a bike helmet, replace it. Any car seat in a moderate or severe crash should also be replaced. All right, Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is off tonight, but meteorologist Tracy Hinson joins us now with that weather first forecast. Tracy?
Yeah, and Scott will be back later on this week. He's actually been nerding it up, if you will, in Kansas City with the National Weather Association. They have their big conference there. I'm attending it virtually, but Scott is there in person. All right, 80 degrees for us today. Our average high was about 83, so we're right on average for this time of year. A little bit warmer overnight. Our low tonight was 65. The average low is just about 62 degrees. It's a beautiful view outside over our city right now. We are looking at a little bit of fog formation out there, but we'll keep it pretty limited to our valleys and to our rivers. Now, my allergy sufferers, you guys should have felt a little bit of relief, especially if ragweed or lamb's quarter is a problem for you. Those numbers have come in low. Now, mold, because we had that rainfall, that always tends to jump up. We deal with mold here pretty much year round. 60 degrees in St. Charles. It's 57 in Alton and 60 for Scott Air Force Base. All right, for us tonight, we do have that patchy fog to watch for in our valleys and along the rivers, 56 degrees for us. Now tomorrow in St. Louis, yet again, another very nice day out there. We are going to make it up into the upper 70s, a very comfortable day. Now let's get to that weather first 7-day forecast here for you, or 10-day forecast for you at 10. So upper 70s for Thursday and Friday, then we're going to be in the low 80s on Saturday and Sunday. Don't cancel or worry about any plans on Saturday and Sunday because those are just slim rain chances there. That'll come in later on in the evening on Saturday and into the morning on Sunday. Now, yes, Monday all the way through Friday, we're going to see low to mid 80s. Now, this was a little bit of a topic in the Frank household. Gary thinks we're going to come very close to 90 degrees. I think we're going to stay, well, and I'm always, and you know me, I trend the forecast always a little cooler, but low to mid 80s is what I'm hoping for, with our hottest day rolling in on Tuesday at 86 degrees. Now, it's still 10 days out, so it's very hard to nail anything down just yet, but that would be what I'm hopeful for. Now, averages this time of year is about 82 to 62. Gary still thinks we can get a 90 degree out of next week. I'm sure hoping we stay far from it.
All right, Tracy, thanks. Sports is next.
A wonderful night for the Cardinals, and how many times have I said that lately? Not very often. We have a new St. Louis Sports Hall of Famer, and we're playing hit and run with a star from St. Louis City SC.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
3 things had to happen for Adam Wainwright to get to 199 wins. Number 1, he has to pitch well for 5 innings. Number 2, the Cardinals have to hit. And number 3, the bullpen has to perform. For 11 straight starts, that has not happened for Waino. The drought ended in Baltimore, Maryland tonight. Nolan Gorman left the game with a hamstring. His replacement, Richie Palacios, left the park with this homer, 3-0 Cards in the 4th inning. Now Waino has to go 5, and in the 5th, the 42-year-old dug down deep. He got 2 big strikeouts. He was smelling 199, 5 innings, 2 earned runs. In the 7th, Palacios does it again. This is 400 feet, and the Cardinals led it 4-2. And the bullpen went 4 scoreless thanks to some great double play work punctuated by Mason Wynn's howitzer right arm. Cards win 5-2. Waino ends a 86-day drought.
I definitely need to start pitching deeper in the game because watching the game is so much more nerve-wracking than playing in the game. You know, it's just like I'm gonna run out of fingernails here too long if I just keep pitching 5 innings. But the guys, like I said, the guys behind me did a great job. I was proud of them.
Last Sunday, Tyler Reddick pulled off a magnificent move when the drivers were going 3 wide, and Reddick won the NASCAR event in Kansas. We're down to the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Next stop will be at Bristol on Saturday night. All the races right here on 5 on your side. Speaking of racing, Worldwide Technology Raceway owner Curtis Francois has been bestowed quite an honor. The man who resurrected racing in our town will go into the St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame on Thursday night at the MAC.
Well, I can't sum it up very quickly, but I can tell you it means so much for me to be able to deflect that recognition to my crew, all of the fans that have been a part of what we're doing, all of these tremendous businesses in St. Louis who have been a part of our great story of bringing back motorsports to St. Louis. So it's really great for me to help recognize them through this Hall of Fame honor.
We often play hit and run with a sports celebrity. It's rapid fire Q&A with no hedging allowed. The sporting director for City SC, Lutz Pfannenstiel, put together a heck of a team. Let's get to know the 50-year-old from West Germany who's lived all over the world. Best place you've ever played?
Vancouver, Canada.
Worst place you've ever played?
Probably Ukraine. I didn't like the coach.
Most amount of people you've ever played in front of?
110,000 in Tehran, Iran.
Your work ethic is legendary. What time do you wake up and what time do you get to the office every day?
Between 4 and 4:30 I wake up, and between 5 and 5:45 I'm in the office.
What can you get done at 5:45?
Everything I can't get done after.
Best German food to eat?
Well, I like schnitzel. I don't really eat it often. I love it.
Favorite restaurant in St. Louis?
Dewey's Pizza.
Favorite place to hang out after a victory for City SC?
At home with my dog.
No soccer in this world. What would you have done with your life?
I would have become a teacher, PE and English, or I don't know, maybe a tennis player actually.
True or false, you once had a pet penguin that lived in your bathroom?
Very true.
Why?
I like very exotic animals. I had lizards, I had, what else did I have? Lizards, penguins, monkeys, you name it, I had it.
Do you dream about a championship?
I mean, you think about the best you can achieve. I think this is what we're doing it. You want to win everything. But I think my job is not to dream. My job is to be realistic and look into the future in the next 2-3 years. But of course I think about it.
And they are in great shape. They're up 7 points with just 6 games to play in the regular season. I still can't get over that pet penguin, though.
The pet penguin, yeah. I want to turn the tables and do the hit and run with you one day, Frank. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, I'm kind of boring. So.
I don't buy it for a second. Frank, thanks.
All righty.
A big change at the Golden Arches, and soda fans are not loving it. Apple unveiled its new iPhone 15. It features a new look and updates to the display and camera. The biggest change is a new charging port and cable. It's compatible with non-Apple products and compliant with new European regulations. The iPhone 15 starts out at $800. Pre-orders start Friday. Tonight, the TikTok shop is officially open for business. It launched today. Users of the social media app can now buy products seen in live videos. The company hopes its venture into e-commerce could generate $20 billion in sales over the next 4 months. McDonald's is starting to phase out self-serve soda stations. Food safety, theft, and a lack of dine-in customers led to that move. Some Illinois locations have already made the switch. The transition should be complete by 2032. Let's check in with Tracy for one more final check of our weather. Tracy?
Yes, and the next 3 days are really looking great. We're going to wake up in the mid to upper 50s. We're going to be very comfortable the next couple of mornings. Those cool temperatures are going to keep those bugs at bay. So that's definitely some great news for us because they've been bad. All right, we're going to look at plenty of sunshine for the next couple of days as well. Temperatures will make it into the upper 70s, which is just a touch below seasonal averages. But you know what? We'll take it after what has been such a hot summer. Now, as we look into next week, things could get a little warmer on us, so enjoy the cool weather while it lasts into Friday.
The best of both worlds. Football season upon us, feels like fall, but we still have the feeling of summer. All right, thank you for joining us for 5 on Your Side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.